98.9 is Win FM.
It's 11:03 and it's the 20th day of June in the Federation of, well, around the globe. Oh, we have different time zones, right? So let me say good morning to all the folks out there in the various time zones around the world. You're logged on to another episode of Voices on Win FM 98.9 on your FM dial. My name is Socrates and I'll be with you for the next 2.5 hours or so. We have Jamster on the console, so it's going to be great. We'll have some great interactions. Want to say good morning to all the folks in the Federation who came in for our music festival celebration. Those who are still here, those who are traveling, we want to wish you safe travels. But I was in the airport a few days ago, and it was like carnival again. Tons and tons of people. Want to say good morning to all the Antiguans, those from the USVI, those from Jamaica, those who came in, those from North America, from Europe. Met some folks from the UK who remembered me on stage 15 years ago when we were celebrating our 10th anniversary of the music festival. So for the 25th anniversary of music festival, I think those who attended, those who would have gotten the feedback. Speaking of Chris Collins, he's in the Federation. And you were talking about food earlier. We want to talk about Chris Collins and food. Something like that. So, good morning, good morning, good morning. You're logged on to WinFM 98.9 and we are logged in for another episode of Voices of various things to unpack today. But before we get into that, we're going to pause for a few kind words from our sponsors and we will be right back.
TDC for service, TDC for quality. TDC your company, TDC for service, TDC for quality. TDC your company, together we succeed, building our strong community, pressing onward to our destiny, one love, one family, together we succeed, let the whole world see, yes this is 50.
Of them drink Campari. Link up your girl with the Campari. Day or night with your Campari. Mix the pineapple, you can't run party. Campari, respect the bitter. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Flow Road to Home is life made simple. One affordable plan that gives you internet at home and mobile on the go. Constant connection anywhere and everywhere, wherever your plans may take you. Switch today and get double the data on your mobile with 60 gigs, plus unlimited WhatsApp and YouTube and 400 megabits per second internet speed. Flow Road to Home internet and mobile plan. Your non-stop connection. Visit a Flow store or discoverflow.co for more info. Conditions apply.
And we're back with the good vibes here at Win FM 98.9. My name is Socrates, and we are into voices. No particular topic today. We're going to have a nice even flow. Want to say good morning to folks like Rosemary Donald up there in New York. Brenda O'Neill, these are friends of the Federation who makes, invaluable contributions to our development. So, because it's in the year still, we'll talk a bit about our music festival, the perceptions, the successes. I think that this last one, the 25th anniversary, was a tremendous success. Kudos and salutations to all the folks who work diligently to make it work. I want to mention the volunteer workers, those who were on the transportation committee, of which I was part of that whole thing as a driver. Those people work around the clock. I myself would have gotten home like 4 o'clock one morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then 6 o'clock, then be out again. Back and forth, all part of the little cogs that make the entire process work. There were folks who've been there like all 3 nights. I was there but not seen all the acts to answer Jamster's question. One person I want to congratulate is our own very local Erica Edwards for doing a tremendous job in representing us at that level. It was awesome, local, homegrown, talented, and fitted quite easily amongst the megastars on that stage. People ask me who you think was the better, you had the big names, the Bonner Boy, the Remain Virgos, Ace Supply on that last night. Did you go? Any favorites? Any favorite night you went over there? Ace Supply, Morgan Heritage, Grams Morgan. Yeah, when he said, and he brought his sons on, 2 of his sons who participated. That was great showmanship, great show. But on that night, the last night, everybody who went would have got their money's worth times over. I didn't want to mention it. It can be mentioned because it seemed to be consensus. Romain Virgo would have written his own ticket to a return performance. I mean, he was awesome. And if I might say, I was driving this group back and forth. One of the keyboard player, 2 nights before he's supposed to be here, had his passport stolen and couldn't get in on the flight. But they were able to get him here. He was one of the, I would say, the most fundamental keyboardists that night. So was able to go and get him. He had a very long day. So directly after the show, he had to be taken back to the hotel. His flight was 6 a.m., but he made it in. And I'm saying that everybody would have appreciated that performance, the synergy. Air Supply now, the people said, well, I'm sorry I didn't go because they missed a concert. They missed a lifetime treatment. And funnily, at the end of this segment, I was back at the hotel lobby, Marriott, when they returned. In looking at them, one wanted to see them, them two old men. The way they were dragging their tired self into the hall, because if you didn't see them on stage, you wouldn't realize you were in the presence of greatness. Congratulations once again for the organizers of the Sinkers Music Festival. From the initial organizers to the current ones, it was a tremendous success. Before, while I was driving here, they were talking about food and drinks and so on. I had some food. It wasn't really pricey. There are those who would have said they paid $600 to go to a particular. It was worth it. And if you have the chillins, pay it and then go enjoy yourself. You go on once in life. For the local acts, I didn't see much of them because I was going back and forth in transporting. So again, the awesome talent that we have here that you got to showcase. I did not see Byron Messiah because of the same reasons. Going back and forth, by all accounts, people were satisfied. Burner Boy, there are mixed reviews about his performance. What do you say? Not sure. Okay, that's been diplomatic enough for me because I will say the hype and the expectation may not have, manifested itself, but he did what he did, and there are those who really appreciate, those who follow his music and can say, okay, blah. But Mr. Virgo, wherever you are, if you're still here, I left yesterday, know that we in St. Kitts Nevis, and he made mention of this on the way back to the hotel. He said, I learned something about Kittitians. Once you're on stage and they're feeling the music, they're not moving. I don't know what he was comparing us to. He may have been on other programs, other shows where people just At that time in the morning, there's Peter off. They went on about midnight and stayed until, I would say, the last act. So about 5 o'clock in the AM is when they were heading back to the hotel. So again, we don't want to go on and on about the music festival. But once again, for the many folks who came in to join, and they were, I would say, record numbers of people who came in. We're glad you have safe travels here. Those who are returning, we want to wish you safe travels. I know you're going to market us because you had a wonderful time. This is one of the premier, if not the premier music festival in the region. And there's Mango Fest coming up next. So within the Federation of SKN, even under the threat of storms and hurricanes and so on, we were favored with good weather. A spattering of rain, but that was all. A little spattering of rain, but people came out irregardless. There were other programs that were cancelled, not related to music festival. All of the various packages that they put up there were a success. I understand White Sands. Well, I didn't go because all man needed sleep. So I had to go and get second rest. Plus, I had a studio session with some folks from Nevis yesterday. It was a great day. I could boast too. I went to church. Somebody else, Socrates, went to church. Yes, the cooperative department have a week of activities with all the cooperatives, fishers, farmers, taxi, beekeepers have a day of worship. And I went along with Costello. Thank you, Costello. Thank you, Chiefy, for coming out and joining Moa at the service held at the Zion Mary Raven Church yesterday. For all the guys who didn't show up, it's okay. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock, there'll be a panel discussion at the Solid Waste building. I hope you can turn out, be part of that. And on Thursday night, there's Thanksgiving, there's an award dinner, and one of our members have been nominated for that award. So yes, I went to church yesterday. It was a great day. Get my blessing from time to time. Well, every single day. So not to worry about that, right? Special good morning to Amber down there in Anguilla. Chris Collins, I know you're still here. I wish you were here with me this morning to talk about food. Every thing you post, you have to eat something, but of course, you understand, right? It's the course of life. It's just about 18 minutes down past the hour. We're going to pause at this point in time for a few kind words from our sponsors. And when we get back, we're going to be with a topic that I think you would be interested in. See you on the other side.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Must be 18 years and older to drink responsibly.
Flow Road to Home is life made simple. One affordable plan that gives you internet at home and mobile on the go. Constant connection anywhere and everywhere, wherever your plans may take you. Switch today and get double the data on your mobile with 60 gigs, plus unlimited WhatsApp and YouTube and 400 megabits per second internet speed. Flow Road to Home internet and mobile plan. Your non-stop connection. Visit a Flow store or discoverflow.co for more info. Conditions apply.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust. To secure your investment, you need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us. TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
Mr. Atiba Harris, president of the SKNFA, has opinioned, and I am going to read, I am proposing that each player and staff of the Sugar Boys delegation receive one of those smart homes for free. Our ambassadors, he continues, have just delivered this historic achievement to our beautiful country and advertising our country for free to millions of people worldwide. Cool. I just left Antigua, and one of the persons who sought me out for opinion and to share something with me is King Progress. Now, people of my age will know that King Progress was one of the more popular calypsonians in Antigua of the day. He had songs like Holy Goly Party, etc., etc., etc. Now, King Progress has been petitioning that Sir MacLean Emmanuel be given a doctorate from the UE. I was shown a document. I was asked not to take it public, but things are in place that the King Charchurch, Sir MacLean Emmanuel, I saw the correspondence, but should be receiving his Doctor of Letters from the University of the West Indies. On the heels of that, he said that I should take the argument to our government and our people to give to Elimat and to Kim Collins the status of being national heroes. And I said, well, okay, he's got an award here and there, which everybody knows, but he said no. For what Charter did for Antigua, it's similar for what Elimat would have done for St. Kitts and Nevis. At that level of exposing or making people aware of the talent we've had in the region in these persons, MacLean Emmanuel is still being honored, and they're now pursuing efforts for him to be honored, for him to get his doctorate, Doctor of Letters, from UE. And you think there's no reason why Elimat, Mr. Elson Nero, should not receive the status of being a national hero, and he's promoting things with Kim Collins. I think Monarch, the new director of Carnival, has been engaged in that conversation. He sent me some correspondence, but I too have been a bit busy. So here's it now. Erica Edwards would have done us proud with her sterling performance at the music festival. We have a number of local talents. We have this whole issue with Byron Messiah, being born in Jamaica, being brought to St. Kitts. There's now a little issue as to who he should represent. And he born in Jamaica, and he should be Jamaican, and he's from St. Kitts. And nevertheless, they are making their contributions. We have Nietzsche, be that awesome talent, and the many others. We have Dishaw, etc. Let me go and take a call from the public. Good morning, caller. You're live on Voices.
King Socrates,
Good morning, sir. How about that?
the only king. You should be around there too.
I did not cut you off, James. If you're listening, it may be a technical glitch. Please, if you can reconnect with us and let's have this debate, this discussion about our national artists, our local talent. Okay, back to the phone lines. Caller, you're live on Voices.
Good morning, the king.
Your humble servant. Good morning.
Yes, and good morning to the listeners home and abroad. Carl Brown here.
Carl Brown, you got the
king,
phone. Yes, sir.
That's been a debate we have been having since the Labour government was in under Dr. Denzel Douglas for 20 years. You know. We have been having that debate for 7 years under Timothy as Prime Minister, the unity government.
Yes.
And here this star come up again. Dr. Drew leading another Labour Party again. And it is long overdue and overbearing. Kim Collins, we have debated these and talk shows for many, many years now that Kim Collins and Elimat should be national heroes. Right? It should not just be politicians. These people have done tremendous advertisement, tremendous contribution to the Federation of St. Kitts and the world over.
Okay.
It's not just St. Kitts Nevis, they have contributed to the world over. We all know, those of us who are old enough, to all the nation and countries and things about the world where Elimat and the GI's brass had made St. Kitts proud and beat up some of the best men.
Quite so. Made us proud anywhere we went.
Children.
But here's what.
Some of the best in the world then, Elimat whip all of them and big up St. Kitts Nevis.
But Carl, I raised the topic against the background of not only that King Progress suggested that we do that because Short Shot is about to be honored by the UE, but also against the backdrop of Atiba Harris proposing that our, team players, let me read it again. I'm proposing that each player of the staff of the Sugar Boys delegation receive one of those smart homes for free. So against that background, if that is a popular consensus, what of Elimat?
Well, look how long politicians have promised Elimat a free house. He has not come to wishing yet.
So do you think that the Reggae Boys should get one of those houses for free? Sorry, no, the Sugar Boys. Sugar Boys.
The Sugar Boys.
Yes.
That should be a serious consideration because this is historic. You know, we don't know if we're gonna make that Gold Cup again ever.
Right.
This is historic, and giving them one of those smart houses is not a burden on the country. And I think many of the taxpayers will go for that. We don't mind spending our tax dollars and awarding these Sugar Boys those smart houses.
Well, somebody said it was not very well thought out and it need to be looked at again because of the financial implications, etc., etc., etc. But we always make excuses when it comes to honoring our own. I'm just saying that.
Hello, rubbish and nonsense, right? I didn't hear an argument when they was giving houses to the farmer sugar workers. Everybody was up for that because we know they have worked and made a contribution, and
also,
we all supported that.
There was an Australian cricketer, if I'm not mistaken, that they gave house and land or whatever distinction, and he is not
and
from St. Kitts.
To the city.
Correct.
The Australian, he come here, hit 6 or 7 sixes, and he got the keys to the city.
There you go.
So what it is that our boys went out there, beat all and sundry, and gain us representation and acknowledgement to the Gold Cup. And we are saying to give them a couple of smart houses is not well thought out. Gosh, man.
And
These
not,
people are ridiculous.
Not one
it is
bedroom.
heartbreaking. It is hurtful. These are our own.
And not one bedrooms, eh?
This is historic.
Not one bedroom
it
houses.
cannot be removed from history, the king.
So,
It's going to always be the all when they're old and get their grandchildren and the great-grandchildren. It is going to be there. Some of them are still going to be around to able to say, I was part of the St. Kitts Nevis team that made the first Gold Cup representation for the Federation.
So their recognition should be such as they be given, as Mr. Harris is advocating, a smart house for free.
Yes, and I think Digicel and Flow should give each of those boys one of the top brand phone that they have up right now.
Well, the phone is just a token thing compared to what Mr. Harris is advocating.
Token. That's what I'm saying, because these guys have supported both companies, right?
Yeah.
Throughout the Federation.
And some
and
sponsors.
it would be very, very distinguished of these two phone companies that to give each of these players and coaches and then one of the top brand phone that they have right now.
Okay. So you have Mr. Harris advocating on behalf of the Sugar Boys. Who's going to take it? Who's going to take the argument forth once again for King Elimat?
Listen, Elimat thing is long overdue.
Progress suggests that I do it, but nobody listens to me. That's the whole thing.
And Tim Collins thing is long overdue.
Definitely.
And you know, I heard one of the arguments on some of the talk shows years ago. The king, he's too young. Well, he been too young when he going out there.
To receive the distinction as a national hero.
And advertising St. Kitts and bring us to the top of the world from the bottom. Nobody was saying he was too young.
He is still very ambassadorial.
That he's too young to become a national hero. So national hero have a age on it now. After you done do all your hard work, your dedication and contribution to your country, your state or federation, you is too young. So what they're going to do? Wait till he's 75 to say give him that honor?
Well,
come on.
Come
on, people.
But I appreciate your contribution, and that's the discussion as it relates to Elimat and our local artists and sports personalities. to be given that recognition and that support. Very, very important. I don't think that Jason got the support that he should have gotten, Jason Rogers. And that's another example. We look at the guy Karani James, is it, in Grenada and such. Right? I want to say congratulations to Mr. Dennis Richards for receiving that Order of Merit and to all the other recipients. I think you deserve much more than that, but we take the things and we're grateful for them. We pause once again to give kudos to sponsors, and we will be right back.
Flow Road to Home is life made simple. One affordable plan that gives you internet at home and mobile on the go. Constant connection anywhere and everywhere, wherever your plans may take you. Switch today and get double the data on your mobile with 60 gigs plus unlimited WhatsApp and YouTube and 400 megabits per second internet speed. Flow Road to Home internet and mobile plan. Your non-stop connection. Visit a Flow store or discoverflow.co for more info. Conditions apply.
Enjoy the convenience of getting all your documents in one place. At the TDC Copy and Print Center on 4th Street in Basse-Terre, we do just that. We offer document formatting, graphic design, and copy and print services. Our team of professionals truly understand all your needs, whether it be administrative, professional, academic, or personal. You bring it, we deliver it with quality every time. Visit the TDC Copy and Print Center today in the TDC Mall on 4th Street in Basse-Terre or call 465-2511. Your copy and print specialists are waiting to serve you.
The real gen of them drink Campari. Link up your girl with the Campari. Day or night with your Campari. Mix the pineapple, you can't run party. Campari, respect the bitter. Must be 18 years or older to drink responsibly.
We're back on Voices, and we go straight to the phone lines. Call your live on Voices.
Hey, good morning. How are you doing, King?
Not too bad for an old man. Good to hear your voice. Talk to me.
Old man, if you was not alive, you would be able to get old.
Yeah, but I accepted the way my beard like Santa Claus.
Only the living can get older.
That is correct.
But I have an issue. I had the opportunity to go across the Nevis the other day, and I was very pleased. The town, Charlestown, very clean. I can throw my food on the street and practically pick it up and eat it.
You get out for littering.
Charlestown is clean. Driving around in some areas around Nevis, the street, from what I can see, are clean also.
Yep.
But the thing is that I came back in Bastia, and I was really amazed. It appears as if that everybody who have a little candy paper, chocolate paper, or whatever they eat it,
Okay.
they just drop it on the street. Like maybe they might be drinking from a plastic cup, drink from a plastic bottle, they drop it on the street. Not only that, most of the restaurants take like KFC, Four Ways, that is in the circus, Ready Fry, Rams, supermarkets that do food, throw the grease in the drain. Where is our health department? I have been in the hotel industry for many years, and the hotel have had to clean their grease trap at least every other day. Or else it stings, you will not believe, stronger than a toilet. And so why are they throwing the grease in the street? I
The
have
street
a
or the
serious
drains?
problem with that. I think that our health department need to go to work for us. The other thing, there's a white garbage truck that is on the road that put more filth on the road than any other thing else. To me, that should go to solid waste and stay there.
It spills,
Because the things that they throw on the road from that truck, when you step off of the road and step into your car, you take the smell with you and your shoes. That should not be allowed to happen.
okay.
Everybody are getting paid every month. Government have not come up fault and short in paying anyone. They should do their job. That's what they're being paid for, to make sure that these things are done.
Okay.
And that is my only argument for today. Have
What's
a good day. I hope you had a good music festival.
I
It's
did.
without any incidents.
Or testing my energy level, but I did.
Well, it's only once in a blue moon, and every now and again you have a little excitement.
It was a
And
great
good.
celebration, the 25th anniversary. It was awesome.
Those who had a good time and looking forward to travel back to the country of their destination. You wish them safe
Safe
flight and hope
travels.
that they will come again
Yes.
and will bring more people with them.
Okay. If any of
So those are my only issue, and I hope you have a good
Thank
time.
you for your concern. There was some discussion some time ago about the unavailability of garbage bins around the town. At one point, there used to be many where people can easily dispose their trash in those bins, and there was a discussion as to who's paying for all that. And so you find there is a scarcity of garbage bins around certain points of the city. I'm not making any excuses. One should travel with the thing. Once you buy food items or whatever packages, there has to be some way of not taking back to where you bought them. Something has to be done. But to throw them in the public at large, that's not very good for us at all. Now, back to the issue with the Atiba Harris and what he mentioned in terms of what he was proposing, that the Sugar Boys should be each given a smart house, Sugar Boys and staff. There's a point of view that says it's a bit premature what he's proposing. They ought to win first. If they win, then you have all reason to celebrate and award them accordingly. But what he's saying, because we are first to have reached to this level, that in itself deserves that sort of recognition. So he's proposing that for each one of the Sugar Boys and staff, they should be given a smart house. We go back to the phone lines, call your live on voices. Miss that call, you'll call back if you can. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, King Progress of Antigua, I was there over the last week, and he engaged me in conversation, asked me to push back to the phone lines. Call your live on voices.
King, good morning. What's up?
I'm okay, sir. Good to hear your voice.
It's King Elimat and King Socrates. What do you say about that?
Progress asked me to push fucking Elimat. He didn't say fucking Socrates.
I asked you a question now. I heard all of that already.
Appreciate that.
I'm saying King Elimat and King Socrates. What do you say?
What do I say?
Yes.
Against the backdrop of people asking me to retire and this and that, I am still making my contribution. I am happy with that. Right? For those who figure I should get due recognition, it's up to them. I am doing what I'm doing for my heart. But from Antigua next door, King Progress is recommended that there's no way that Elimat should not be given the same due recognition as King Shortshirt, who has been when he's of Sir MacLean Emmanuel. I went to see him. I was on the radio station and they started interviewing me. I said, hey, wait. I can't be here in Antigua without paying my respects to King Shortshirt. And I was taken to his home. We had a couple of drinks and we discussed. And I was showing documents where he will be granted that status of an honorable doctorate. He will be Dr. Sir MacLean Emmanuel. So Progress is saying he was instrumental in pushing for that recognition at that level, and there's no reason why Elimat should not be elevated to the same status. So he asked me to take the argument to the airwaves. So he didn't say, take it for you and Elimat. Understand? And Atiba Harris is saying that the Sugar Boys should be accorded each a smart house, not only them but the staff. There's a point of view that says that they should win first, and then that should be a consideration.
But don't let Calgon, I don't understand Calgon making it sound like they come to a decision already.
No.
When he's saying that he's heartbroken. That ain't not what discussed, so we could be heartbroken. They didn't start yet. The person didn't start yet. But he's making it sound like the first have start and they turn down.
Misunderstanding, I guess.
He mentioned the word heartbroken.
Well, you know, he's passionate about certain things.
You know, we should have never had that conversation with Elimat.
Who?
We should have never been on that conversation now. We should have never been there.
Should be done already?
We should have done get it.
Yeah.
We should have done get it, King. We should have never been having this conversation now.
But maybe the reason why we're having it again because somebody from overseas, so to speak, because we normally listen to folks from out there, we value their opinion more than what we get locally. So maybe no. And he did tell me that Monarch is also engaged in that conversation as it relates to the King Shortshirt. Are you there still?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have no qualms. I have no issue with advocating for Elston Nero to be given the due recognition. It came at a time when you had the Laviscon Brass from Antigua, the Mason Brothers and all the different things, and Ellie Matt and the J Brass was a flag-waving moment for us. I mean, like, I'm in the VIE, and you hear Ellie Matt coming down, all the dances packed. Juve morning, he had this way. North America, we were out there represented by King Elimat and the J's Brass. So that deserves more than has been accorded so far. We have a discussion about him getting a house. I mean, there are times. Let me tell you something. I was very much part of the conversation when Sparrow took ill in New York and all that took place around that. The government of Trinidad and Tobago decided to step in and save themselves the embarrassment.
Correct.
Save Trinidad and Tobago themselves the embarrassment of having Sparrow being ill in New York and unable to afford the medical treatment. The discussion was they would have to amputate his legs. And he took it badly, and there are things that the public don't know. But because they stepped in and decided to save themselves that national embarrassment, the man is alive today.
Okay.
He's alive today. Not doing as well as he should be, but he's alive today, and he's been given that due recognition and still being recognized as the greatest in the world. But it came because of a medical distress he was in. And they stepped forward because people would embarrass him. Oh, listen up. Because many Calypsonians died as paupers and in infamy. But they were able to come forward and assist Sparrow where they could. So I think that in terms of our own national hero, we should set aside our whatever differences it may be and give due recognition, because that too goes a long way in inspiring up-and-coming artists to see where they could attain that sense of recognition. As for me and my house, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay, I love all you, right? Because you talk about Laviscon Brass and them long-time bands.
Mm-hmm.
When you mentioned
Tropical Islanders, all those bands.
I don't know if you ever hear this, if I'm wrong, somebody can call and correct me. I don't think I'm wrong. St. Thomas, Milo, and the King.
Yes.
You were so fearful of Elimat and the J Brass.
Yes.
They attempt to put immigration on Elimat and the J Brass.
I don't know about the part. What I know, you had to have work permits, and many promoters brought you in and didn't have the required working documents for you, so that would have created a problem. But I can't speak specifically to what you said. I know for myself, I wrote banjo solo as a result of me being challenged when I was performing there. If you listen to the lyrics, they're saying loud, but you have no permit. That was the issue. They challenged me in the USVI. I was barely 18, performing there without a work permit. So that may have been the same issue with Elimat. I wrote banjo solo. You remember banjo solo?
Yeah, of course.
Right. But that was the issue. So it may be that the promoters did not have or secure the required work documents, and Miller, of course, they would have jumped on that because you had to be unionized in order to play down there in a band or get the required working permits. So that was probably the issue. But yes, there was a fear and respect. Even when he went to Trinidad, the tempo he had with Shang Shang, they said, no, that's too fast. But people left there, mommy, and they just jammed with Elimat, took the country, just changed the whole tone. And then sometime after, we gave way to Burning Flames with the programmed music. But in terms of actual orchestration, when a band playing live, Mick Stokes playing all day in St. Thomas on the truck, just beating drum, no shirt, tambour, hitting the iron all day, no drum machines. That has to be recognized in a whole different generation today. People don't recognize the raw talent that caused bands around the region to bow to Elimat and J Brass. Right? So if I can be part of that discussion, that conversation, I will do what Progress asks me to do and advocate for King Elimat to be given that due recognition, to be designated in National Hero, maybe in time for our independence celebration upcoming.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's an award committee that you have to get, sent on to, but that should be given consideration. People who are listening, so you said it was Calbon who said that Dr. Douglas didn't do it. Dr. Harris didn't do it. We have a next doctor. Doctor, are you listening? Elimat, National Hero Award for Independence. Easy conversation, it can be done. Right? We got to go at the moment, Chukai. We got to go right now, so thank you for your contribution, and you're free to call back again, okay? Fair enough.
If you need insurance, our service is the best. Home motor insurance can give you more for less. Property insurance can save you a lot of stress. At TDC Insurance Company Limited, we care about your investment. Guarantee you peace of mind. The best team in the business. Guarantee you peace of mind. No other company will guarantee you peace of mind. Together we'll succeed and guarantee you peace of mind. TDC Insurance Company Limited, where you get more coverage for less.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things like your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Must be 18 years and older to drink responsibly.
Flow Road to Home is life made simple. One affordable plan that gives you internet at home and mobile on the go. Constant connection anywhere and everywhere, wherever your plans may take you. Switch today and get double the data on your mobile with 60 gigs plus unlimited WhatsApp and YouTube and 400 megabits per second internet speed. Flow Road to Home internet and mobile plan. Your non-stop connection. Visit a Flow store or discoverflow.co for more info. Conditions apply.
Live on Voices, we go straight to the phone lines. Call your life.
In Sakwa, nobody
Yes.
there, so the Jews ain't coming like how he's supposed to come. But when them something Socrates, nothing wrong with all that, You should do three. And nothing wrong with the sugar boys, them. It should happen. But start this way first. Laughing Joe, start this way first. Elimat.
Yeah.
El Camino with it.
Yep.
And you find somebody else. Do three and four. But El Camino will it and Kim Collins should be in there and King Elimat. And then the rest them come. You gotta start there. I want to thank Progress for his effort. And rolling it off from Antigua, come down there by Nagzed, come down to St. Kitts. Because I come like we stupid. We got some stupid people in St. Kitts, you know, boy. I mean, Progress is so right. What these guys is doing? What are they doing? They don't understand history, Socrates.
Well,
Like they don't understand
we need to be reminded.
history.
The people like
And
who
you
need.
yourself must be in there at a later time. But
Yep.
let me start, man. Let me give the effort. That young man will El Camino will it over there. He deserves it.
National Hero
He
status.
deserves it. And we have to put Kim Collins in there. And not even that. Put Kim Collins. And the man of Bono down there and Port Zante. Put a bus down there with them. You have to do these things.
Kim Collins.
For me, Socrates,
El Camino
I would
Willets.
like to see Elimat cross Baker's Corner and move the woman from cross there, Queen Victoria.
Victoria.
Move her.
A Baker's
Have a
Corner.
good day.
Yeah, makes sense. What about George Street? Well, if you call Jet Kenwick George Street or Kenwick George Boulevard. Are you there? You gone? Okay, so there's so much we can do. In terms of recognizing our national icons, we claim the them as icons, but of course that everlasting affirmation in terms of. Now, somebody told me I shouldn't hit the burning flame so hard. We'll get back to that. We go to the phone lines. Call your live on Voices.
Hey, the king.
Your humble servant.
Carl Brown here again.
Yes, Carl.
I want to
give a high note of praise to the Music Festival Committee. I think they pull off a splendid job. Those who were there last year did an excellent job. Those who were there this year, they did a very splendid job.
I concur.
And one of the things I noticed that the changeover of artists and bands, the timing has cut down, which is very good.
It was really 15 minutes.
We have complained over the years that it is too long. Where I have noticed that they have done some work to that, and that has improved. And the improvement is a good change.
Definitely.
I must say to them, too, that the Jubilee morning, it was a well-thought-out idea, and it came off very, very, very well. But one problem we have with it, you must make it an annual thing, and next year, the Jubilee morning must stop at 12 o'clock, not 10.
Okay.
Right? But it came out very good. Everybody behave themselves accordingly. And I think we did well to gain at 2 extra hours that they take it up to 12 o'clock next year.
Okay.
I'm done, my boy.
So the folks, thank you, Calbon, for once again for your contribution. Folks who are in the planning committee for Music Festival, you would have heard from Carl Brown that everything was super, except that he would prefer that the Juve morning session would have lasted for extra 2 hours to midday. So take that in consideration. Now, can we debate now? Somebody told me that I shouldn't hit the Burning Flames too hard because there was a shift in the musical dynamics, and you had all the bands that came out of St. Thomas, the 14 Miners. No, that's from here. 17 Plus, Funk Gums, the Imaginations, all those jam bands, etc. But the differences was, whereas Eddie Matt's band could have accompanied anybody in a musical concert, these bands that came up with the push button music could not. That's the difference. So we had the Burning Flames, and they were awesome, still is. So that was your generation, right? And the music was great. But people in St. Kitts Nevis kind of follow that flow, that pattern, that shift. So we had a lot of bands who could not accompany a Calypsonian. We had Calypsonians who came to St. Kitts and couldn't find a band to play for them. Phone call, we go to the phone lines, call 11 Voices.
Hey, good morning, welcome back.
Sister Henry, well, thank you very much, appreciate that.
How are you today?
I am splendid. Went to church yesterday.
Well, by time enough, God is calling you a long time.
Went to
So
church
today
yesterday.
his voice, had not your heart.
Okay.
The church needs guitarists too,
Yes, well,
Anyway, let me big up Azim Bailey.
engineer.
Well, I didn't go to any of the show, but I was very disturbed by some of these coming to the fireworks. But let me go to Azim Bailey. Because I heard him on the radio, they said he was the program director, whatever.
Yes, he was.
Stage director. He's a former host of Island Tea.
Yes, he is.
And so big up Azim and Jade. I don't know what Jade was doing, but I suppose she was doing something good.
Supposedly.
Yes. Now, I want to address. Oh, by the way, do you have any update on the transportation of the things?
Shipment took place on Friday.
All right.
All the kinks have been ironed out.
Uh-huh.
I don't have an exact date when they'll be here, but they have been shipped. So I would assume between now and weekend they should be here within customs.
So did we raise the rest of the money?
Not exactly. We about $300 short.
Well, so somebody today, 3 of you, 4 of you, 6 of you, we need about $300.
Yeah, about $300 short.
Yes.
I have a check I should have delivered to Mr. Heilig over the weekend because that was given by the gentleman who is from St. Kitts but who resided overseas. He came and he gave me that check of $400. I was admonished not to call his name at all. So we are $300 short. And there's a gent from the Seventh Adventist Church I am yet to hear from. But I think if at that stage we don't get it, I'll put it to myself. It's not a problem. We will cover it.
Now let me get to the music festival. I hear all the good news. All the good news. But they got to remember that all people live around here. With the fireworks.
Yes.
For the one that they had on the Sunday morning, they could have cut out the others,
Sunday morning. That's Sunday morning also?
Saturday night. When
Well, yes,
Saturday,
you're right.
Sunday morning.
Correct.
Sunday morning, they had such a massive firework.
25th anniversary, I guess 25 gun salute, so to speak.
Lord, do it before you start. Do it early.
So they woke you up?
Man, every time they wake me up, and I was wondering which way the smoke going, because all the sound was coming east.
Okay.
From the park.
Well, if the wind is blowing east, you'll get to smell of the cordite. I got some of it from where it was.
So I was wondering how they managed with the smoke in the tent.
I don't know.
No, I was just thinking, about all this sound. But what thing me was the last fireworks.
Uh-huh.
I said that vibration could damage people who are shaky,
But here's what.
It was,
I have a call from Chris Collins. Can we get it back to that after the media newscast? I got about 4 minutes
Yes.
up to, and I want to get Chris Collins in, right?
Talk to him.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. We go to the phone lines. Call you live on Voices. We would have missed that caller. Chris Collins, want to hear about the various restaurants you went to and how much food you eat. The man tell me, 7 dumpling eating. Back to the phone lines. Call you live on Voices.
Yes, good morning, the King. How are you, man?
Splendid. Yourself?
Yeah, pretty good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man, I like this conversation you was having this morning about recognizing our heroes and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good that, we can talk about this stuff, man, but these guys need to be recognized. And, Sinkis and Nevis being so small, the narrative that you said about the soccer players coming back and they should be given a house. That's something that should be thought out, and they should think about it because, for them getting to that gold stage is an accomplishment, really.
Quite so.
Because what we got to do, in my opinion, what I'm looking at, right, is the smallness of us, Sinkis and Nevis, and the fact that we don't have the capital and the facilities like everywhere else. So
but we produce.
We're not. Yeah, we're not only small, but we at a disadvantage as well. So when these guys the accomplishments will be diminished a little bit, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Getting to this gold stage would probably feel to them, man, like going to the World Cup.
Why not? I don't think so. We are very, very ambitious. We're talented and ambitious. We're very spirited.
Yeah, I agree with you with that.
So we don't plateau at semifinals. We go for the gold.
Yeah. So those guys accomplishing this level, what they did, is splendid, man. It's tremendous. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of hard work involved, man. And the fact that we're talking about Elimat, we definitely got to put El Comida Village in the mix. And Antigua, they're leading the way with that type of recognition stuff. The way how they recognize the heroes up there, we need to do the same in Sinkis and Nevis. All the accolades that Vivian Richards got in Antigua, definitely El Comida will need to get that, not only in Nevis, but in both the Sinkis and Nevis both in the federation.
I hear you.
You can't let these men die off without giving these men their due. You know what Willett's accomplishment is great, and they're the pioneers, and they set the way for the younger guys. And real quickly before you go, the other 2 persons that I want to really recognize, man, from my area in Nevis, Derek Parry, 12 test matches and 6 one-day internationals, and also Livingston Sargent. Livingston was one of the first guys. Livingston Sargent was one of the first guys that didn't really get the pick, but was well deserving, man, and he surely set the way for the younger guys. And those guys need to be recognized. They're not even recognized in their own village in Nevis.
They may be, but we're looking at giving people national hero status, so not everybody would qualify for that. I understand.
I understand that. I understand that pretty much.
All right.
So El Comida Willett, I'll probably put up there to get that status, but I just definitely wanted Derek Parry and Livingston Sargent to be recognized even in their home village and their home parish over there in Nevis, and they're still not even recognized there yet.
Fair enough. Fair
That's
enough.
my contribution, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so very much for that. So we're looking at folks who should be elevated to the national hero status. And we got to have put a female in there somewhere. So give me a contribution on that. Hell about the old man. Give me a female who you think should be elevated to that status, because people actually, it's only politicians and, you know, we're the females for that. I mean, like pioneers. Quick phone call. We got about 2 minutes before. So let's take this call. Caller 11 voices.
Greetings, King Son. You waiting on somebody to call you, that you say?
No, we got 2 minutes before the midday newscast, so, you know.
2 minutes. Okay, let me see what I could do in the 2 minutes. Let me echo some things. Littering. We see the littering museum where even the drums them there, the people then just pull up the place a litter. So we have to try and all of it nasty, you know, so nasty people do that. We have to try to put some little water inside there, just a corner of police or walk up and down and smell like me don't know what they must smell about. And even in the smoking area there, we see a lot of littering. We want to tell people why it was ganja people and nasty people, you know. So when you watch that, you know, man, we don't want to see them think they repeat themselves, you know. And the smoking area, my brethren and sisters them said the smoking area need upping up. We need to get some complimentary water inside there, more seeds, and they say more look like wood pens. So let me up it up next time. Give thanks to it, but let me up it up. Hear the song, we hear the DJ them sing, I'm drinking drum and Red Bull, and the man them with the Red Bull and the rum in their hand. So they want to know why a ganja man can say, I'm smoking the best and taking the pole and got the ganja in their hand too. We want everything.
They got to sing, I'm a ganja farmer. They got to play, I'm a ganja farmer.
Yeah, all that too. And got ganja in hand, and I walk to the crowd. Talking about that, I told man, the first night, we don't get to go because...
we got 30 seconds.
At 12 o'clock, me go on. Me a call back. Bless.
All right, with enough respect. The man have a point. They have a smoking section. You're singing, I'm drinking rum. At this point in time, we're on a break for the midday newscast. I think it's been a wonderful first session. And we will re-engage you, you know, at home and abroad after the midday news presentation. I'll be back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
With over a century of perfection behind the Mackeson name, a smooth blend with perfect balance and richness, it's no wonder Mackeson Triple Stout has a legacy of perfection. Enjoyed the world over. Introducing our new look with the same great taste. Mackeson. All hail the king.
Please drink responsibly.
when it comes to the important things in life: your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider. Only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
With the WINNFM News, I am Devon Cornelius.
And I am Yulana Weeks.
In our headlines,
suite of legislations passed allowing the Rastafari community and others in St. Kitts and Nevis the right to possess and cultivate cannabis.
The details of this and other stories straight ahead. Police have launched an investigation into suspected contraband at the RLB International Airport. A statement from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force says they were informed of an attempt to smuggle suspected contraband into the Federation via the Robert Llewellyn Bradshaw International Airport on June 23, 2023. Preliminary reports indicate that during a routine customs check of imported cargo, 37 packages containing vegetable material suspected of being cannabis were found inside 3 milkshake containers. The first container held 11 such packages, the second held 12, and the third contained 14.
The Smoking Designated Areas Bill, the Rastafari Rights Recognition Bill, the Freedom of Conscience Cannabis Bill, and the Drugs Misuse Amendment Bill were passed into law on Tuesday, June 20, 2023. According to the Attorney General, Honorable Garth Wilkin, the suite of legislations are geared towards finding a balance between protecting the constitutional rights and freedom of citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis. During the debate on Tuesday, June 20, Wilkins said once a suite of legislations are passed into law, the Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs will immediately trigger the Cannabis Clarity St. Kitts and Nevis public education campaign. He also mentioned that the campaign will involve the launching of a website, cannabisclarity.gov.kn, social media pages, and public billboards. On the website, the general public will have access to information about the new cannabis law regime and can submit their questions to get answers, Wilkins stated. The pilot project to the Smoking Designated Areas Act was launched during the 25th anniversary of the St. Kitts Music Festival on Thursday, June 22 to Saturday, June 24, 2023. There, a smokers' lounge called High Rise was specially established for patrons who were interested in smoking whilst the event was ongoing. The lounge was utilized by a fair number of patrons. The Smoking Act allows the Chief Medical Officer to designate specific public spaces as areas for smoking. Businesses and event promoters have until October 31, 2023 to register and license their businesses or events as designated smoking areas. Meanwhile, the Rastafari Rights Recognition Act now gives Rastas in the Federation sacramental rights to cannabis. Wilkin, in a post on his Facebook platform, stated that as of June 20, 2023, quote, men and women of our society that call themselves Rasta and subscribe to the Rastafari way of life have their constitutional rights recognized and enshrined in law for no man to trample on ever again. He continued, quote, led by the brave legal challenge to the laws of this country by Rasta Sankofa Maccabee on May 3, 2019, Rastafari was recognized by our courts as a religion, and some of our cannabis-related laws have been struck down as being infringements of the constitutional rights of Rastas. Wilkin added, quote, if there was ever a manifestation of the words penned by Robert Nesta Marley 40 years ago in 1983 in his popular reggae song Rasta Man Live Up, I Man Live Up, Rastaman don't give up. This case was it, end quote. According to the Attorney General, the Rastafari Rights Recognition Act 2023 gives Rastas in St. Kitts and Nevis the full legal right to cultivate, harvest, dry, trim, cure or possess and smoke cannabis as a sacrament for their upliftment or edification at their places of assembly. The other benefits that the Rastas receive under the Act are free registration with the Ministry of Ecclesiastical and Faith-Based Affairs, access free of cost to licenses that are to be issued in the near future by the Medicinal Cannabis Authority, access to tax and other concessions which would help their farms and other businesses thrive, status in law which allows the legal foundations to change the narrative about Rastafarianism to combat religious intolerance, and reparative justice to the Rastafarian community. The Freedom of Conscience Cannabis Act 2023 gives Rastas an opportunity to apply for a license issued by the Ministry of Ecclesiastical and Faith-Based Affairs in order to legally possess up to 2 ounces of cannabis, cultivate up to 5 cannabis plants in a secured private place at their home, and smoke cannabis in designated public areas. Licensing is free until December 22, 2023. The cost will be EC $100 per year thereafter. The Drugs Amendment Act 2023 decriminalizes the possession and cultivation of cannabis, but makes it a ticketable offense for individuals not holding a license under the Freedom of Conscience Cannabis Act 2023. It also allows exemptions from criminal action against persons issued with cannabis-related license by the Chief Medical Officer, the Medicinal Cannabis Authority, and the Ministry of Ecclesiastical and Faith-Based Affairs. Any person found to be smoking outside the designated smoking areas can be ticketed and are liable to a fine of EC $500.
This is the Carib Update News Service. I'm Wendy Chateau reporting. Barbados' Prime Minister in China for official 3-day visit. This is the big story we're tracking this hour, Monday, June 26, 2023. Details of this story and more straight ahead. Now for the details. Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Mottley has arrived in Beijing for an official 3-day visit. China is this week welcoming 4 leaders from Barbados, Mongolia, New Zealand and Vietnam, all on official visits. They will also attend the Summer Davos Forum in Tianjin, a city just outside Beijing. During talks with Prime Minister of Barbados Mia Mottley, Premier Lee Kuan Yew said Beijing is ready to build the China-Barbados relationship into a model of unity, solidarity and win-win cooperation among developing countries. He said China is willing to work with Barbados on the high-quality building of the Belt and Road Initiative, support the synergy between Chinese proposed Global Development Initiative and the Economic Recovery and Transportation Plan of Barbados, and enhance exchanges in cooperation in trade and other fields. Lee said China will encourage Chinese investments in Barbados, import more products from the country, and support its sustainable development and climate change efforts. Mottley, on her part, expressed Barbados' commitment to improving people's lives and promoting sustainable development. Barbados, she said, is willing to work with China in fields such as agriculture, energy, infrastructure, poverty relief and tourism, and address global challenges including climate change. General Secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party, Dr. Horace Chang, has expressed confidence that his party will be victorious in the next general election, despite claims that a People's National Party commissioned poll shows that party overtaking the JLP. Earlier last week, PNP General Secretary Dayton Campbell said the findings of a Don Anderson poll, which shows it's ahead of the governing JLP, will be released soon. Dr. Chang, in response, told Radio Jamaica News that while he is always concerned about the sentiments of citizens, he believed that over time the administration will be able to win over the electorate again. In Trinidad and Tobago, the ruling People's National Movement has approved 2 outgoing councillors who recently left the United National Congress to be PNM candidates in the August 14 local government elections. The party presented 141 prospective candidates at a convention at Napa, Port of Spain on Sunday. Meantime, one-time UNC councillor Shafraz Ali, who was rejected by the UNC's screening team for the El Socorro Aranguez North seat, says he'll now be contesting that seat for Watson Duke's Progressive Democratic Patriots in the local government election. Ali is expected to be one of 3 candidates the PDP will present for the San Juan Lavantil Region Corporation District. The UNC presents its candidates Monday night. This is Newsbreak from the Carib Update News Service. In more news, head of the Guyana Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit, CANU, James Singh, said the 2 agents arrested for allegedly stealing a quantity of diamonds from a Surinamese man in custody would be dismissed once they are charged. Police on Sunday said Agent Jamin Goddard excreted 2 diamonds and his colleague Anik Hosanna allegedly sold other pieces of diamonds to another man whom police say they are yet to arrest. The men are accused of committing simple larceny. Energy company ExxonMobil Corp of Guyana are in talks over which unexplored offshore areas will be returned to the government. People close to the discussion said as the nascent oil nation seeks to attract new operators to the country. The Exxon-led consortium that controls offshore production in Guyana this year was required to return 20% of unexplored acres under the original 2016 production contract. The acres will include parts of its crown jewel 6.6 million acre Stabroek block and 2 other blocks not yet in production. Guyana wants to remarket the acreage to others to speed the country's economic development and reduce the Exxon Group's dominance over its energy output. Officials aim to boost oil and gas production ahead of demands to cut carbon emissions to net zero by 2050. This has been another edition of Newsbreak from the Carib Update News Service, the Caribbean's newsroom. I'm Wendy Chateau reporting.
In an exclusive interview, Christine Dawood, who lost her husband and son when a submersible imploded in the Atlantic last week, has told the BBC she was supposed to be on board, but gave her place to her 19-year-old son. Shahzada and Suleiman Dawood were among the 5 men who were on board the Titan. Christine Dawood has been speaking to Nomi Ekbal.
The sentence, "we lost comm," I think that would be a sentence I would never want to hear in my life again. Like lost comm, as in we lost communication.
Were you aboard the vessel? Were you here?
Yes, I was on board the vessel. I was on the ship. I think I lost hope when we passed the 96 hours mark. That's when I lost hope. And that's when I even then I sent a message to my family on shore. I said, I'm preparing for the worst. That's when I lost hope. But my daughter, for example, she didn't lose hope until the call with the Coast Guard, when they basically informed us that they found debris.
Tell me just some memories that you have of your boy.
So he would not go anywhere without his Rubik's Cube. So he used to teach himself through YouTube how to solve the Rubik's Cube, and he was really fast at it. I think his best was 12 seconds or something like that.
What were your last moments or words that you shared with your husband and son? Do you remember that?
Well, we just hugged and joked, actually, because Shahzada was so excited to go down. He was like a little child.
Was that a lifelong dream of his to do?
Yes, absolutely. He had this ability of childlike excitement. So they both were so excited.
And how did Mum feel about it, or were you excited as well?
I was really happy for them, because both of them, they really, really wanted to do that for a very long time. So it was supposed to be Shahzada and I going down. But then I stepped back and gave the space to Suleiman, because he really wanted to go.
This, again, seems like a really difficult question to ask, but how do you begin to get closure? If that's even possible.
Is there such a thing? I don't know. I think he started so many amazing projects. He was involved in so many, he helped so many people, and I think Aline and I really want to continue that legacy.
Is there anything else you want to add, Christine?
That I miss them. That I really, really miss them.
That was the WINNFM Headline News. The Headline News was brought to you by Caribbean Alliance, KDP Enterprises, The Grange, and Carib Brewery.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world, whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous. You can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us online at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises at 466-9595.
Did you know that the Grange Healthcare Facility is the first purpose-built, non-governmental healthcare organization on St. Kitts? It's situated at Otley's, 7 miles east of Basseterre in beautifully landscaped surroundings. The Grange has a team of highly trained professionals and provides care that's rated as being comparable with UK and North American standards. The Grange offers varied accommodations to suit your individual needs, and our all-inclusive packages make the cost of care per hour the most competitive on the island. Services include convalescent care for all ages, daycare facilities for older adults, rehabilitation services, and training and continuing education for healthcare providers. For more information, call 466-5525 or 465-8020. Fax 466-8221 or email thegrangehealth@gmail.com or visit our website at www.grangehealthcarefacility.com.
Found the South 98.9 FM.
It's time now for the WINNFM Weather Report, and it's brought to you by The Coal Pot. Never before have you gotten a chance to choose exactly what you would like to eat. At the Coal Pot, you have that option. Choose the type of grain you prefer, either brown or basmati rice, quinoa, couscous, mashed breadfruit, or bulgur. Choose your protein. You can also choose your sauce preference to complement your protein, teriyaki, curry, barbecue, or tomato. We also have vegetarian and cheese pizzas, chickpea burgers made from scratch, veggie wraps, wedges, vegan banana bread, the largest variety of local juices, and our signature Coal Pot iced tea. I tell soup every Saturday. Get your order delivered at coalpottogo.com. The Coal Pot, located in Shadwell, nicely nestled in nature. Call us at 669-6005. And here's today's weather report. Today, partly sunny with a 40% or moderate chance of showers. By tonight, mostly cloudy with a 70% or high chance of showers. Winds are east-southeast at 19 to 28 kilometers or 12 to 17 miles per hour. Seas 0.6 or 1.2 meters or 3 to 4 feet. Sunrise today will take place at... sunrise took place at 5:39 a.m. and sunset today will be at 6:48 p.m. And that was your Win FM weather report, brought to you by The Coal Pot. Never before have you gotten a chance to choose exactly what you would like to eat. At the Coal Pot, you have that option. Choose the type of grain you prefer, either brown or basmati rice, quinoa, couscous, mashed breadfruit, or bulgur. Choose your protein. You can also choose your sauce preference to complement your protein, teriyaki, curry, barbecue, or tomato. We also have vegetarian and cheese pizzas, chickpea burgers made from scratch, veggie wraps, wedges, vegan banana bread, the largest variety of local juices, and our signature Coal Pot iced tea. I tell soup every Saturday. Get your order delivered at coalpottogo.com. The Coal Pot, located in Shadwell, nicely nestled in nature. Call us at 669-6005.
Summer sale event on Hosford's Building and Navy Centers. Don't miss out on the outside summer sale event happening now at Hosford's Building and Navy Centers. With summer officially here, we're offering great deals and discounts on a wide range of outdoor summer items. Take advantage of our 25% off on selected products throughout the month of June. Sale items include barbecue grills, coolers, pools, swimming accessories, veranda chairs, fans, portable and stationary AC units, and much more. We have a wide selection of outdoor summer items available at discounted prices. Visit Hosford's Building and Navy Centers to take advantage of our outside summer sales event happening now. Remember, selected outside summer items are 25% off. Enjoy the summer season with great deals on outside outdoor essentials. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Hey, that was the midday newscast. We're now back in the second half of Voices. My name is Socrates, host of today's program. And I must say we had a very interactive, interesting discussion in the first section. This morning we discussed the whole prospect of honoring our local cultural and sporting personalities. One of the popular topics was after he raised a request by King Progress from Antigua that I once again bring up the debate about recognizing King Elimat. He's suggesting that he should be elevated to the status of a national hero, as he himself in Antigua has been instrumental in getting Sir Maclean Emmanuel to be recognized by the University of the West Indies. And we go straight to the phone line. I hope it's to continue that debate. Call you live on Voices.
Oh, it's me. It's me again. Good afternoon.
Good
To
afternoon.
all the listeners at home and abroad.
Yes.
Now, I spoke to Jasmine Thomas, how's that I said?
Yes.
I guess you're aware with Saturday morning. She highlight a lot of the
Quite so.
artists, calypsonians and bands. And I was asking her, is it possible, since ZIZ has most of the music, I don't know if they have the intellectual property rights to them, but whichever way, if somehow they could be put together in a
Digitized.
library where it could be accessed.
Digitized. That's one aspect. I know one of the persons working there. I've had discussion with them over the past 10 days or so about collecting, because one of the past workers, Constance Edwards, had a whole library of material that's not really heard on the radio. The discussion has been ongoing as to how we can digitize that and make it available.
So who has his collection? Who got it?
It's at the station, but the discussion is being raised by a certain...
Yeah, I mean, every
there.
Saturday morning, you know, she should be commended, you know, for keeping the culture alive and the whole thing. Now, with the Elimat thing, they have a little problem. He was part of a band.
Point of view.
Right?
Point, yes.
And so I think if you're going to honor him in any way, the band, the members of the band should also be included. Well, everybody can be made a national hero. But I guess, you know, in Nevis they have this museum with Willett.
El Camino, yes.
You know, life-size thing.
Effigy.
I don't know if maybe, I don't know if it is too much for the Calypso world organizations to have a museum. And maybe even as the songs are digitized, you know, you could go into a booth and play the one you want.
Okay.
You know, we got to be more progressive. Now, the thing with Kim Collins, there's no doubt. I don't know if you've ever been to Barbados and you went to Cave Hill campus.
I've been there when a few months ago. Last year I was there.
And they're showing you the three graves. You see the three W's?
So Frank Worrell?
Yeah, the three graves
Yeah.
are on the campus, you know?
Yes.
On the campus. So giving honorary doctorates to our people should not be any problem. They do it in Trinidad, in Barbados, Jamaica. They do it commonly.
Yes.
It is up to us to request, because we have a off-campus thing here. It is for us to make the request. There's no reason why Ellie Matt and the others could get doctorate. You know? Make it not keeping so good these days. We'll wait until they're dead.
That's the norm amongst the people. Not only
Because
singers,
we
but
don't
across
think
the
much of our
region.
people. We don't think much of our people. We like people to die. You see Sir Richard Street?
In Antigua?
Yeah.
No,
I
I've been
used to
trying to
stand
get...
that street, you know. It was called Nelson Street.
Yeah.
Because my husband adopted mother was living there. And they changed the name a long time ago to Sir Vivian Richard Street.
I'm thinking...
You have George name after who? In King George?
King George,
or
yes,
somebody like that?
yes. King George.
Name over the whole road. You got Roxborough. I don't know who is Roxborough.
I'm thinking Kenrick George's Boulevard.
Who?
Kenrick George's Boulevard.
George is from up by West Street, you know.
But name the boulevard is still no town.
Yeah.
Still no town.
You know, but yeah, you couldn't, but we have to do more than just talk.
Yes, let's forget the lack of a Calypso Association. It takes one or two persons to really push things. I'm a member of a number of organizations, and it takes just one or two to get things moving.
And you
that's
now
gonna
have
happen.
Ed down at the museum.
By the way, I drove by there today. Well, she's there at the National Archives, the museum, yes. And on the top floor, the effigies, well, there's one of myself and other Calypsonians up there, so people can go and learn about your Calypso history. But the museum, and I think it's going to be a museum, the residence of the former first premier of St. Kitts and Nevis, That's not been addressed.
But that's
Construction is
going to
ongoing.
be a Bracha museum. That's a different story.
Beautiful. But that's still, that's long overdue, and there's the disrespect that was given to that property. So I am happy with that.
You remember since 2016? In 2016, Mr. Bracha made 100 years.
Okay.
And they was going to have a Bracha Institute. Nothing new.
I think it's
it got
being
to be
addressed
somebody
now.
outside of politics. Because it's politics while Tim Collins wasn't recognized as
I know that.
you know.
As a matter of fact, he was about to go and run for St. Martin. He was so disencouraged here. He was about to go and run for St. Martin, but through an act of a few persons, he went to represent St. Kitts Nevis.
If you say Socrates, Socrates is a this and that. He's a PAM and he's a PLP.
Yeah, well.
You know, no consideration of what you have done. We have lots of people abroad who have done well for themselves. And we say we have a diaspora thing, but the only looking people who come home to vote.
Well,
that's what it boils down to, you know.
It is.
Jamaica has a very active diaspora thing, where they actually bring home Jamaicans who live abroad, encouraging them to invest. We're looking for foreign investors, and we have our people out there.
Yeah, well, the thing with Element, the point you made about him being the band leader, the other members here, that discussion can be had. But according to
I don't think it
Progress,
should be just himself alone, eh?
whereas Short Shirt was an individual, he had writers.
All of them, yes.
And
Yeah,
all
but
of, you know,
all of the Calypsonians and
Sylvia
figures, they sang solo.
Yeah. And I went to see him. I had a nice discussion with him. We had a beautiful embrace because I respect the monarch.
Yeah.
And I went, but Progress was the one who informed me that yes. And I saw they gave me a copy. Short Shirt gave me a copy of the document. They are going to honor him. And he did tell me, well, don't make it public as yet, but at least it's happening. And that is why Progress thought I should do the thing. I should do the same for Element here. Try to spearhead the discussion.
I don't support this business now, since we are an independent nation.
Quite so, but it's a distinction that they were given, so that's a form of appreciation.
I know, but I'm saying in this modern day and age, I don't think we should be applying
United, as Short has sang that when he saw Sobers kneel down in front of the Queen in Bristol, a king in his right cannot be a knight. Right. Remember those songs by Short, by Chalky?
No, but I think about conversation. I don't want a son or something. I don't think so.
All right.
We need to have, even though you don't want to make them national heroes, there should be something between national heroes and the next one. We have to do better.
National
but
heroes.
You see, what it requires are people who are unattached to the political parties, because our people seem unable to
That's
think.
going to be hard.
No, but if we don't do it, nothing is going to happen.
Yeah,
nothing is going to happen. So we might have to get some people in the diaspora to manage it.
Rosemary said to tell you she called and she didn't get her delivery date, but definitely the shipment is on its way.
Oh,
so
thank you, Rosemary. God bless you and all who help you.
Right?
You know, but we think about it seriously. Now, I hope you're coming Wednesday, because I want to discuss the idea of having a development plan, an economic development plan. We're having too much haphazard things. We're just doing things on the spur of the
What's
moment.
happening on Wednesday?
You ain't coming?
Coming where? What are we talking about?
Voices.
Oh!
Whether you
yes.
are the one, because I want to discuss it.
Okay, I gave a
What
commitment
I want to
to
discuss is, do we have one? Why we should have one? Because what we have are things that's happening to pacify some people. We got to have a plan for the next 5 years, so we have a clear direction of where we're heading.
Well, unlike yourself, I am not an economist.
I am but even if you're not an economist, you still got a plan. I'm showing your own life plan.
Yes.
What do I hope to have by the next 5 years? You see the money thing that on Mondays?
When I sang austerity measures, you know, I get costs.
Yeah, but you see, if you don't have a plan, because we're heading down the same road. If there are hard decisions that have to be made, make them early. Because we got the impression that there was no money to pay the next dividend. We heard a story about, only if a company make profit, and then the next week you hear you're getting it. If it is not feasible, say so.
All right.
Remember, Dr. Simon said, when there is plenty, you get, and when there is not, you get none.
And they decide not to give the goat water, but the whole goat.
You understand? So I am saying to Dr. Drew, he says he has an economic team. I would like to know who on it, because I am concerned if every minute he has to give in to pressure and there is no direction, because there's no direction.
Okay.
Even the bills that are passed, they are passed to suit or to pacify groups.
Okay.
We got to have a straight, clear, this is what we intend to do.
We have a call on the line now, Sister Henry.
Eh?
We have a call on the line.
All right then, but that's what I want to talk about. So
Much
think
appreciated.
about it.
I'll be on Wednesday, God's willing. Okay? Thank you. Okay, we'll have missed that call. We apologize. Hope you can get back in on the discussion. And the gentleman who I made reference to, who gave me that check of $400, he's saying, good day, King. Correction, I still officially live in St. Kitts, but I travel back and forth to Canada and other places relatively frequently. Well, I'm glad you're here. And we didn't get a chance to have the drink because circumstances. If you're still here over the weekend, let me know. I'm buying. Yes, we appreciate Mrs. Henry's contribution on various levels at all the time. And there are times we let her speak because she has a lot to offer. We now go back to the phone lines, call her live on Voices.
Greetings, forward Kingston. Okay, we worry. Okay,
You're talking about the smoking on the songs, and you need a song like Mama Ganja Farmer or stuff like that.
Just the song, I'm talking about the song, because we don't got the song, you hear me say the punchline. They're singing. I'm drinking something at the other Red Bull, and they really got it in there, and I go through and I sing it. So we should be able to say, I'm smoking the best, and I'm taking another pull. I'm going to see a level playing field. That's what we say. Don't confine me. Because the thing is, okay, let me come off of that a while. We need a whole program on that. We want echo the sound that my family just make concerning the prince. I call him the prince, I'm talking about Azim.
Okay.
Yeah, wizard in the midst. And we give thanks for that level there, Yeah, man. I'm more elevation, Prince. Don't know. Okay. The first night, let me move away from, because me no want to give up.
You need to move away from your radio or turn the volume down if you're using phone even. Turn the volume down, please.
It's not me, it's people radio. Me gone. Me by myself now, yeah?
Okay, go ahead.
Hearing me better?
Clearly, yes.
Okay. No, the first night, not me the general music, me love all music. But me needed somewhere, so me take in somewhere. The second night now, me go in. And me set myself right in front of the stage. Because some me be when me go a concert, me a music man, you see me? So, all right. The third night now, me kind of late, but me get a front spot still. And me leave something there, so just to come me have me chill the Friday night, there, so by me spot. Me leave out and go deal with something for somebody. No, me coming forward now. Me I try to get to the front stage. Me I go to people and me I beg excuse and me go. And me reach almost in front of the stage where me supposed to be. And a big tall man, make sure me stay by until the concert done, A big tall man. With a man in front of him. Me happen to reach by him. They touch everybody and say excuse and then let me show The last person me touch before him was some white people, about 4 white people. Enjoy themselves. All of them are dance and go to me just beg excuse and they let me show. Then walk next to them is this big tall man with the man in front of him. Me say, Virgin, please let me pass. Me I try reach forward by me thing in front of him. He said to me, no space there. Me can't pass. Nobody said that to me. And he got a a glass of rum in his hand. Me observe that, me make sure me stay by him, you know. Never, if a man had a spliff in his hand, in the mouth, and I do them things there, you know, the whole system company, you know. This man got a glass of rum in his hand. All the white people ever protest, because I'm wave him across the face. Me make sure me stay by him, you know, mark him face till shut down, you know. Me wanted to share this with the general public. Make sure people who was here remember what me talk about. Because me keep telling him, you know, me keep saying to him, anytime the silence, a little silence, and me get a chance, me say to him, if me had ganja in my mouth and I do what you do, it would be a different thing, you know. Rum you got in your hand, you know.
Wasn't that allowed?
You know.
Wasn't that allowed for him to have drinks? Was it a plastic glass?
That me tell you, go on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So me wanted to express that. All right. Me gonna move on from that quickly, and me gonna move on to Friday night. The show start late. Me hope them catch up on that, because that is an important thing within show business. You see me? Right starting time. Anthony B, which is an act that the anticipation of Anthony B supporters, them didn't expect Anthony B to come on as a first act, number one. And number two, Anthony B act was much too short. And knowing Anthony B, I know that it is he. He did not make no request of performing limitedly. You see me? I know the energy of the man. I know the man personal.
You did say that the show started late.
Yes.
That could have been a factor.
Well, you see, when right faces in right places, brethren, you make right decisions. So the late start, all the heads them had to do is come together and make the right decision.
Adjustments.
Put somebody else there as a first act, and save Anthony B more further up in the show. That's a disappointment right there. That's a red flag.
Got your point. They normally put the local acts up front.
Yes, and it shows that, you know, yeah, we don't like that. Tell me something. There was but before we go there, we see a lot of carelessness go. You see when crowd come together, especially people who got mixed energies, because we see Rebel Salute go on in Jamaica, you know, 2 nights, 40,000-50,000 people every night, and no alcohol, no flesh. That's the rule, you know. They got the ganja club, and ganja is permitted to, you know, Jamaica time. And
I don't want to rush you about getting next point because I have a caller waiting.
Okay. No theft, no nothing. Nothing negative. We notice a lot of carelessness go on. People got a phone put down so and asleep. People got a bag put down so. Well,
trust in society.
You say people find things and return things. So we give thanks to
trust
that.
in
but
society.
People must not move so careless. Tell me something. You hear anything about somebody bust a bad word on stage?
Yes, it was said that one of the thing when he first came on, the Burna Boy thing, it was said that he actually used one of those things.
A bad word? Which bad word? Jamaica one or we one?
It was said it was recognizable profanity.
The recognizable one.
Yep.
All right. Give thanks, my brother. Give thanks to the time. Sorry to take up so much time.
Much appreciated. And that was Brother Eli X giving his overview of the various nights at Music Festival. Have you had a scholar there? All right. Yes. Yeah, it's time for one of those breaks, so we pause to give kudos to our sponsors, and we will be right back.
June is the month of fathers and dads at Horsewood Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Home Store. So come now for their Dad Deals and Discount Sale event during the entire month for dads in June. This Fathers and Dads month of June, get up to 30% off on TVs, recliner TV stands, and mattresses. Yes, get Dad Deals and discounts up to 30% off on selected items, including TVs, recliners, TV stands, mattresses, and more. Happening now and for the entire month of June for fathers and dads at Hospital Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Home Store. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
And the band plays on. You're listening to Voices on Win FM 98.9, of course, and we go straight to the phone lines. Call you live on Voices.
Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
Man, it's good to hear your voice. How are we doing? The last time you were on, you make me laugh, Tell me, since I put on the VAT, 17% VAT, they have 17 funerals a month. Anyway, what's happening today?
Yeah, you see, these people, they must recognize it, we put them there, There's about beg for no award. I see them award somebody. I say, what that deal? A guy look like, it's worth it. Okay. I don't know, they just go crazy. They must go to the heroes, them, Socrates.
Me?
All the people, heroes, Mr. Socrates. This is my young girl, me nearly 100. This is my young girl, you see,
I hear you.
Young girl.
And they want me to retire.
Huh?
They want me to retire. They say I must retire, leave it for the younger ones.
Yes, you need your flowers now. Put it in your hand. You can't hold it in a dead box.
That is true.
Yeah, the gentleman from
Antigua.
He's
serious about that. He said that we should give Elamat the same honor that they give the short shirt. He has been instrumental. So there's an honor committee, and they think I should bring the conversation to the public. That's what I'm doing. I have no problem with that.
I call we let other people up to them man who make some sixes in a certain hours and so. Give them the thing now. They just get into office and amount of honor, they don't get it to fun. Well, going there and so on. Stay in your country and do your thing.
Yes.
Right, honor the people, them and don't bogey house to things, please. Where they put the patriarch.
The Sugar Boys, are you in agreement that they should be?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No, him don't get a property here, and the other one, him. I got the child with the last girl, they give him a property here. Give him some piece of property here, yeah, long time ago. Couple of years now.
Okay.
No. Give the homegrown. But they're supposed to bet them all a control on all them deal. Singing since me 1 year old.
Yeah. Well, controller got recognition, I think, the Order of Merit for his contribution to the arts and security. He got that during the last investiture last week. I'm happy for people like Dennis Richards doing that tremendous work.
I saw him. Yeah, what his name? He like that. You like how you punch me on me belt. You like that. Like they said, that because the thing came out of my shit to say, I don't really, my girl, is not lady.
It's like when things are taken to the extreme and get out of control, that's when it's actually a health issue for me.
The joke you did. I went downtown Saturday. I don't want to go forward because it's shooting and I get to me to make power. I don't really want to be in the class for you. So in the circus already, just see me there like they go lime,
Yes.
When I come down there, they're going to make me message like pay me bills. That will be my last stop before I go home. But then I start to get torn off when I hear again in the week last week. Come I say again, man, I want to see people who come from away for the music festival. I don't see them because I know what think a different place. Saturday afternoon, some man get up, man, and put on some clothes and pull out, and go down there.
The vibes was good. The vibes was good around. The weather favored us.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was wonderful. It's like I'm in a carnival.
Yeah. I tell him, pull out, go and go down there and out there, cooling out and stuff. When I hit the terminal, everybody I say, yes, man, I should do something good. Yes, man. Yes, 4 hours we do with the asthma now, 4 hours asthmatic system. If that's so good, we can't cure me, Mr. Secretary. Right now, I got from now I don't talk cloudish.
What you say?
I got a nose
You
problem.
want him to find a cure for your asthma?
Yeah, I got my sinus, and I went to the Antigua, the specialist, and I went to him twice, and the last time he told me in 2000, I went to him 2003, and he told me this thing, blockage up in my nose, and then I went 2014.
So you're saying, are you saying that you want Marshall them to help you find a cure for him?
Yeah, well, they didn't even go cure me because I won't have to pay. He might cost some grand enough for them. You know, we must have about 10 of them. Because
Have you ever heard, Bernice, have you ever heard of lizard soup?
Lizard soup, yeah.
Where drinks some
But
lizard soup?
I got it.
Huh?
And I end that like, the doctor told me, like, I have some, like, try suffer with, like, pro flesh. Like, I have, like, growing in my nose.
You have a growth in your nose?
Yeah.
That's a different level.
Not the one there.
But it's good. It's good that you're still here. You still have a sense of humor, and we love to hear from you every time. Right?
Yeah. Sometimes I will smell good, and next time, you know.
Sometimes,
Sometimes,
but just be careful what you say. You can't say something that will smell good.
Sometimes I smell a little good.
Sometimes you're able to smell better than other times. Don't say sometimes you smell good. Raw cinema gonna mess you up.
Thank you for correction. Yes, I want to know if I'm going to take, since it's for healing, I'm going to take the bush joint and then
drink the ganja leaf. Eli X now got you. Drink it. Stop bashing the weed. Drink it. It's for the healing of asthma and all the various things. Try it.
Yeah. Is it, you know,
ask Eli X to get some leaves or whomever. You know, buy, boil, and drink.
That the commander.
Try that.
To me, I'm in a scene.
You gonna try it? You promise to try that?
I know them.
Are you going to try it?
Right now,
Are you gonna try it?
Like steam where we try it, the way we do for me.
You've been to the doctors and they can't find a cure. You think
know,
Marsha?
Take something from me this Saturday, no? Take something, it's $6.50, then you send me medication. I got to take that come up to 200. Oh my.
Forget all that. Try the ganja tea. Try the ganja tea. No. It doesn't work for many. Try that, and you're good to go. Fair enough? Anyway, gotta go at the moment, right? So, try the ganja tea. Next, when's the call? Give me update, okay? Okay, darling. Bonus, every time she comes on, we get some humor. Right? She thinks Master to find a cure for her asthma. Try the bush. Back to the phone lines. Call your live on voices. Let's hear what you got to say.
Good afternoon, the man who need to get honored.
Lord, fella, you put me in things.
Put you in things. I meet you in things.
You remember Progress, right?
Eh?
You remember Progress?
Wait, let me turn down the radio, everybody. Can you echo it? Hold on. Okay, sorry, no, let me hear you now. Right,
do you remember King Progress from Antigua?
No, not what
he sang a song, Holy Goly Party.
No, I don't remember.
Anyway, he's the one who asked me to bring up the whole conversation again, but this time asked that Element be recognized as a national hero because he's doing the same thing for Short Shirt to the point of getting UE to honor him with the Doctor of Letters. He'll be Dr. McLean Emmanuel. And so there's no reason in his estimation why Element should not be accorded the same distinction. And so we once again at this topic as to whether he should be given better recognition. Sister Henry
you
says...
see how long?
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. It's your call.
Yeah, you see, Carl Brown reminded us how long he and others has been agitating for Element and others to be recognized in that status.
Yes.
Well, to be recognized in that status, you have to be politician. Otherwise, you ain't getting it. Well, let me say something to Bonis. Bonis, good afternoon, girl. You make sure you clear up your nose. Because you must be a good smeller. Okay? And you're lucky only $600 the nose man charge you. Because he like the $1,200 thing, you know.
Really?
Yeah, just to wipe out the list, not out the nose.
Okay. Well,
easy. No, let me say something.
Mm-hmm.
it is said that you could take somebody out of the country, but you can't take the habit out of the country with them.
Yep.
Right. Now, in St. Kitts, we drive on the left-hand side of the road. When you go to St. Martin, just up so, they drive on the right-hand side.
The French and Americans.
Well, I ride on the Dutch side, right, okay. But once you're going to use a mobile, you have to be always be consciously awake and aware of where you are and what side of the road they drive on. You're supposed to stay there.
Correct.
That's the reason why a lot of these rentals in those outer places, they put a sign right in front of the driveway in the car.
To remind you.
Keep left.
To remind you, yes, that's correct.
Right, where we drive. So therefore, when somebody come and go up on the stage, go say they're singing, they must be aware that they're not in their own country. So there's certain language not welcome in other people's country. And I never hear none of you Calypsonian in St. Kitts Nevis and Antigua use the bad word. None. Absolutely none. So therefore, when them people come and they go up on the stage and they use the bad word, they never hear nobody before them sing and that stage go use the bad word. So
It's in the contract not to use profanity. But the penalty for using profanity is about $500 easy, right? Based on the mega thousands or some millions they make, that's nothing.
That's, you know
so they can afford the penalty.
Okay then. You know what that they like? When you patch peanuts and you pull up and you broke the shell and you take out the peg and you brush off the little piece of tissue paper, that the guy need to win.
I eat everything. Once you come the shell, I am eating everything. I don't take off no shell. I eat everything for the healing.
Okay.
But yeah, seriously, when you've been charged, yes, well, why not? That's why you're here.
You know what I mean?
The
move
good book says,
on,
bless and eat. Go ahead.
So I want to give somebody a chance that they could make a little do.
Much appreciated.
Yeah,
Thank you so
Eli, good afternoon, brother. I like you. You're the stand up for cleanliness.
Yes, he has been advocating for that for all time. So.
One more suggestion. You know the reason why a lot of these guys, a lot of persons like you and all of us who've been recognized should get this status. It's like the way the Bible says, whatsoever you treasure, there lies your heart. And if they did treasure these people to that value, to honor them in that status, the heart would have been there, and they would have, it would have been done. Bible can't lie, and you don't direct lead nobody wrong.
Hear you.
Where your bank money is, and there your heart be.
Okay.
Okay then. All the best. Have
Much
a good day.
appreciated. And at this point, we pause down for a few kind words from our sponsors.
Riddle this, riddle that. Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store is again giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash back for free groceries with every hire purchase. Will be given back this coupon season. Happening now. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash back coupon to all our hire purchase customers this coupon season. Starting now until December 2023. You get absolutely free groceries with every hire purchase at our Horseman's Furniture and Appliances stores on St. Kitts Nevis and our Ashley Home Store on St. Kitts. So riddle this. Where can you get quality furniture and appliances at great prices with a flexible FlexPlay plan and with absolutely free groceries with every hire purchase? Riddle that. Cashback at Horseman's Furniture and Appliances on St. Kitts Nevis and our Ashley Home Store on St. Kitts. Riddle this, riddle that. Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store is giving you over $250,000 in cashback and a chance to win free groceries for a year. Riddle that cashback. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Good afternoon once again. Welcome back. You're listening to Voices. Oh, by the way, Wilma, I was able to deliver the wheelchair you gave me to a family in Newtown who were in very, very bad need of it. The lady was so very grateful. Her father would have suffered a stroke some time ago, so they were very happy to receive this. We now go back to the phone lines. Call you live on Voices. Missed that. So, I was saying that the wheelchair that I got from Wilma about 2 weeks ago, maybe more, I was able to deliver on Tuesday to a family in Newtown, and they're happy with it. Back to the phone lines. You're live on Voices.
Greetings and love, King.
With respect.
Blessed. Yeah, man. You're having a ball, you know. You had a ball last week at the festival, you know.
That is great. That is great.
Not I hear you had in a ball, you know.
Oh, me, yes. I was on the transportation detail. I didn't really go to see the shows. I was taking people back and forth, some of the performers. So I was able to see
some of the artists.
Yes, I saw them. Because being part of the transportation team, you were able to go down on the ground and see the acts. I didn't go and see everybody. But what I saw really, really was worth it. I was gauging the build-up of the crowds over the nights. And each night, well, especially the last night, there was a tremendous turnout of people.
Oh.
Even at the airport in the preceding days, I saw tons of folks coming in. It was very... As a matter of fact, I met the former Deputy Governor General, Mr. Michael Morton, and he says, this should happen every day. He was returned to the Federation from wherever. We had a great time. St. Kitts.
Yeah, man, let me tell you something else should happen every day, you know?
Go ahead.
So, you know? Is a respect for human rights, you know? It's something should happen every day.
It's fundamental.
Yes, it's how people come better, you know? Recognition and respect of them rights, you know? True.
But it's really humans disrespecting humans.
Exactly. Now, you had a chance to look through the new cannabis regulations.
I have a copy. You know what? I had it to bring with me this morning.
Oh, and you forget.
It's in my vehicle.
Rastafari.
I had it to bring with me because I got a copy from Ras Aya, and I had it to bring with me, but thought it would not come up.
Truly. Well, I tell you the truth, you know what I mean? That's shame.
I will bring it on Wednesday.
Nothing change, you know.
I will bring it on Wednesday, and if you call, we can debate the issues that are concerning to you.
But basically, when I look at that, you know, and in looking at the ruling that the judge gave at Sankofa case, right? It's two different things. You understand? Because the judge ruled in respect of the constitutional rights, you know, which is the freedom of conscience, you know. But with these regulations, you have to get a license to exercise your freedom of conscience. How free is that? Really,
have to be recognized as a member of a religious sect.
To exercise the freedom of conscience. How free is that? I mean, anybody else got them kind of condition put down on the freedom of a conscience, right?
You got a point.
You got that they put down on you?
No.
Because if you're doing this to one state, you're discriminating, and that is against the Constitution. You understand?
Valid point.
So we must, but I'm wondering sometimes, right? Where you hear me say it's a shame, right? Because it really hurt for me, brethren. You know how much black people being through? You know how much we being through? From the time we left Africa as human cargo. We not stop suffer our time. We suffer into the hands of the woman. You know what I mean?
It's very conditional.
I mean, it's like our rights is all we got. We not got nothing else. Right, we have just rights to keep us out of being enslaved again. You know what I mean? So we have to really, like, check what we are doing. See, and we really have to protect our rights. Let me see a little bit a little statement from His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, I King and I God, right? Now, him say, all well and ordered modern states can only base themselves upon courts of justice and conduct of laws which are just, correct, and geared towards the protection of the rights of individuals, which means your human rights then, not true?
That's correct.
And he said that justice is a product of education. The educated man will naturally produce justice, not true?
Supposed to.
So we want to see more justice go on because the whole of the government is educated. See? We want to see more justice go on. You know what I mean? Give thanks, Rasta.
Much respected. This was probably the wrong context for me to say it, but normally education and common sense are two different things. So I have to be careful. It's all about context. I'm not trying to say all the government persons being educated don't have common sense, but normally I say that. We go back to the phone lines. Caller, you're live on Voices.
Hi, King. Good afternoon.
With respect, how are you doing, sir?
I'm giving thanks for life, man. Yourself?
Oh, I'm splendid, man. I'm just counting the blessings.
I was listening to the program, and you were saying to Bernard, that she should take the advice of someone else because the natural herbs.
Yes.
No label put to none of it. Herbs in general. Has been proven right all the time.
Yep.
And so, what would be the apprehension? Why are we so apprehensive?
The conditioning. The conditioning.
Yeah.
The conditioning and the
here
belief that.
Here is it something that will really, really do justice to you, and according to the narrative, according to all of us who grew up in this Christian community, it is by the word of God's mouth, right? God's mouth, who say, well, the green herb is there for you, for your own, use. In moderation, of course. And so, here is it. And the King, throughout the course of my life, I have come to realize, right, that what the system tells us don't do is what to do. And what the system tells us to do is not what to do. And that is a form of education. You see, education, politics, and religion, I put education on the human capacity.
There's also miseducation. Don't forget that.
Right, yes. The brain. Because any right-thinking person will observe and see nature. And it even in observing the animals. Sometimes you see a dog might eat something that upsets the stomach. The dog gone to eat a piece of grass. You know what I mean?
We might instructive, very instructive.
Yeah, if we observe animals, there was a doctor in the U.S. who would have looked at the ant, how the ant would have gathered up, and there was a song sung by, I think it's Culture, a Jamaican, the ant and the cricket. The cricket is playing its music all day. But the ant is gathering up the food. So when it starts to rain now, the ant go and seclude itself, and and the ant have food for the abundance of time, the duration of time the rain will fall. Whereas the cricket keeps playing its music. It's like the old adage in the biblical narrative, according to the biblical narrative, about the 7 virgins, 5 are wise and 5 are foolish.
Yes.
And those who had oil in their lamp, and the others did not. So these are the things that we can learn from nature. I had a conversation just the other day, and that even the animals are so in tune with nature that they will know that when they are dangerous. I can assure you that the pending storm breath that passed the other day in those other islands down south, like Barbados and St. Lucia, the animals probably would have took to safety. Gone to safety. Whereas
they're more in tune with nature than we are, by far.
Huh?
I was saying they're more in tune with nature than we are.
No, we are all in tune with nature the same.
But is the receptors?
I have moved away from it.
The receptors?
We have moved away from it. It's not that initially they were in tune and we wasn't in tune.
Got a point.
All human life was in tune with nature.
Got a point.
With the environment, the ecology. But we have moved away from it because you spoke about education and miseducation. Because we were miseducated, we have moved away from it. What? Because education is being taught to us by nature, you know. That is our first instinct. They say, according to the narrative, Adam named all of the animals because they were there, right? So here we come now, and he was able to name all of the animals. But I do not subscribe to all of that, like Adam. Like they say, Adam calendar in South Africa. And South Africa, there's the oldest stone structure that aligned itself with other stone structure like Zimbabwe and further up what they call north. You know? So I doesn't subscribe to. I will have a conversation for conversation's sake because it's not all of us are at where we're supposed to be. Some are at a different level, and I respect all persons' level where they are at. So for conversation's sake, I will keep a conversation, and I will use the word Adam. But in the deeper esoteric information and knowledge, it wasn't Adam. Adam is an English name. If there was a human being, it wasn't Adam. The English language just came the other day. It's a Johnny-come-lately language. Albeit we use it because this is what we know. We was fight to not call our name Kunta Kente. We was fight to call ourselves Toby, right? Another English name. Thanks for listening, King.
Much appreciated, sir, as usual. Very, very valuable contribution. And we pause at this point one more time to give to Caesar what is Caesar's.
Outside Summer Sale event on Hospital's Building and Navy Centers. Don't miss out on the Outside Summer Sale event happening now at Hospital's Building and Navy Centers. With summer officially here, we're offering great deals and discounts on a wide range of outdoor summer items. Take advantage of our 25% off on selected products throughout the month of June. Sale items include barbecue grills, coolers, pools, swimming accessories, veranda chairs, fans, portable and stationary AC units, and much more. We have a wide selection of outdoor summer items available at discounted prices. Visit Hospital's Building and Navy Centers to take advantage of our outside summer sales event happening now. Remember, selected outside summer items are 25% off. Enjoy the summer season with great deals on outside outdoor essentials. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to we're in the closing chapters of Voices, but we have a very, very interesting morning. In case you want to join the conversation, 662-0989, 466-0989 gets you in on the topic of the day. We just heard from West LAX, we heard from Africa, and we heard from Sister Henry, Carl Brown, the Ranger, as he loves to be called, and each had very, very, very valuable contributions to make. We continue with the phone lines. Call your 11 voices.
Yes, I like.
Oh, I forgot to mention Bernice.
Yeah?
I forgot to mention that you called earlier, so go right ahead.
Yeah. I like what Africa said. It's true, you know, 'cause I remember when I was a child, right? And I see these ants moving this white thing. And I heard a big person say, well, rain and come, you know, rain and come.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And, you know, them days, they take it serious. But after I grow up, and I tell them where they're going to come tomorrow. Oh, God got the plan. And who got the plan? Where they're going to come. And what I learn over the years, you can tell them, you ain't need no science needs to tell it to a science rocket. Because they say, you saw the goat them going up in the hill, moving away from lowland. And then people who will really monitor that, it's people who maybe who got a lot, who have animals around them.
Mm-hmm.
They may not move, but you know, you don't see them push up their nose, and you don't see them run around in the pen, you know?
We used to have what we call the weather birds.
Huh?
We used to have what we call the weather birds.
Yes, and weather bird, yes, that's true. when you see them a pass, you say, look the weather about them. And they go in an area where they know under the cliffs to hide.
Mm-hmm.
And we just say to people that
Well, not to hide, but to shelter.
Shelter, I mean, yes, shelter, yeah. And you're not securing yourself and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
And we mean we don't get it, we need nothing, you know.
A lot of folks who live in the UK who have had surgery and have had like metal, titanium put in the bones, when the weather is shifting.
That could tell too.
They could tell you, but it's very painful.
Bad, you know?
Very painful from what I would have observed.
Heard about it, yeah.
So,
when I hear people to get their foot break, and they got to get this metal
steel whatever material in their bones is very, very painful when the temperature drops.
And if don't talk about if a thunder crack.
In trouble?
Gosh. Yes, so these simple things. So if we into it, as the gentleman just said, we're gone away from that. We don't really go to that anymore. We will know.
So,
coming.
in going back to nature, are you going to drink the bush?
Oh, yeah, I will drink it. What happened, I say, asthma is science. You call it sinus thing. Like
Sinus.
Yeah.
Sinusitis.
No problem.
Drink the bush, clear out your sinusitis.
Well, I said the bush to go to you when you don't bash it. So, any good time to me, has so much a problem in a heel. This doctor come here with twice a month, or maybe once or twice a month. Get so much of money. And, you know, that's something.
Ear and throat specialist?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, ear, nose, and throat specialist.
Huh?
He's a specialist. That's his training, and he assists based on the knowledge you have. You have an alternative. You can go that way or go to the holistic medicine. Use...
And then why are they scared? It's a laser, you're going to laser me, eh? It's like a growth in my nose, they say, when you suffer your proud flesh.
Okay.
You can go in your nostril, in your bum, any part, certain part of your body. You see it on the TV, they show you in Trinidad how they take these cars from different places.
Yes.
But then, why you fright me, like how somebody say, a girl went, you know, and when she done, she say, she was really thing in her throat tickling. It's 1,300, Mr. Sucker. That's what really get me. I said, me? Me, I'm not in my throat at all.
Now you have an alternative way of addressing boiled emotion drinking and talk to me on Wednesday or Friday morning.
This is the only the simple one they need. They will. They say they just forgot the medical one. So where that going to be? Like somebody going to have a greenhouse with that?
I don't know where you're going to go to bite. I don't know.
Yeah,
you're allowed to have a certain amount of plants in your yard. Get some in the meantime, and then you plant your own. How about that?
I look like I got to do.
All right.
Okay, we're going to have to do.
Thank you very much for that. There's Bernice attempting to use a new remedy to address her sinusitis. Why not? It's about 20 minutes down past the 1 o'clock hour, and we go back to the phone lines. Caller, you're live on Voices.
Yes, good afternoon. I want to straighten out something for me, something I don't quite understand.
Go right ahead.
I heard you talking about. I know under the former government, people were told they could have 5 trees on their property.
Correct.
It seems like under this bill you need to pay. You need to have a license to have those trees on your property.
Not for
understand that?
But for commercial use, not for private use. You shouldn't have a license for that. I have a copy. It's in my vehicle. I'm going to bring it next time.
That's what I wanted to know. Because you said so many people already have them.
Yeah, I think the license to be able to congregate.
So maybe Ras Eli or Ras also could.
Before the program ends.
Exactly who cost. With so many people having the 5 already. Who will have to get the license, and it is an annual license of $100. So I want that clarified. Thank you.
Ross Ayer, Eli X, if you have a chance to address the questions by Sister Henry as to what is the requirement for the license and, you know, if there are limitations as to how many trees. Has it changed from what was understood or agreed to by the former administration? We go back to the phone lines. Call you live on Voices.
Hey, the King.
Yes, Mr. Brown.
Good afternoon again. Carl Brown here again.
Yes,
The
Mr.
King.
Brown. Yes, sir.
I want to shift a little bit. Right?
Go
I
ahead.
want to touch on the NHC board, the new board that was in place since the Labour government took office August last year.
Okay.
Now, people got to let the public know what's going on. Because some of these boards just seem to think they're serving the minister, the King. They ought to know that they are there to serve the public. They was only nominated or selected by ministers or ministers.
But the answer
Right?
to the minister,
Yes.
they're supposed to
And they
carry
are
the,
there to serve the general public. The general public is who pay the board fee.
but they're there to carry out the agenda of the various ministries. So the answer to the minister.
Yes. But here's the thing, the King. Now, NHC board that took over, when they formed that since the Labour government took over, they meet hundreds of applications from the Unity
Former government.
that was there.
Yes.
Since they've been there, they have received hundreds of applications for all sorts of reasons to do all kind of things to NHC houses, which many of us have. Right? That many of us bought and are paying a mortgage for. The problem is, King, they have this old doctrine that they meet once a month. Now, the King, if you go there and you meet hundreds of applications, since you all been in place, hundreds of applications come in, so you know you have what we call a backlog
Yes.
of application before you. But yet the King, the board still meeting once a month. So it means that all next year they're not going to reach to some people. Meanwhile, the board with its old doctrine, stagnant in the country from receiving good finance that the country so well deserve. And I mean the entire country.
Make the connection for me, please.
Eh?
Make the connection. The board meeting, and you say they're stagnating the country from getting our revenue?
Yes. Here what's happening. If you have a backlog of hundreds before you were put in place, hundreds come in now. Now you got your old doctrine where you meet once a month. Why do you don't meet 3 times a week? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to get rid of all these backlogs and to get, some of these things are for you. By the end of the year, you will get off all and you will be able to deal with new applications. Meanwhile, you're stagnant the whole country because many of us are waiting for the board to give us an answer. TDC, Hartford, Inland Revenue, Social Security, everybody waiting on this board. So the board have the country stagnant from receiving good finance that it well deserve because they meet once a month. Now you meet once a month, you might deal with 50.
Don't you pay your obligations regardless?
Huh?
Don't you pay your obligations regardless?
Yeah, but the board got its own doctrine that is meeting once a month.
Is that to review the applications? If it's just if they meet once a month only just to review the applications, I think they would need to address that, but they meet for other reasons. But there had to be a body that look at all the applications and bring them forward for review and recommendations.
So they should meet 3 times a week to get off all these backlog of applications that they have before them because they continue meet once a month. All next year this time, so they still ain't reach to some of us. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, there has to be better processes than what you're describing.
And then they have the whole country stagnant because if they would meet 3 times a week to get off hundreds and thousands of applications before the year done, the country will receive good finance that is so deserved because when you say yes to Carl Brown and many others, contractors don't get work, laborers, tradesmen in all forms don't get work. TDC and Hartford, Billers Paradise, all these people gonna make money. Social Security, Inland Revenue, all of them gonna make money. So you see what I'm saying, that the board have the whole country stagnant?
I see the point you're making. Point you're making, but it's the way you present it.
Yes, that is what is happening. right? Yeah, you may get paid to me once a month, but if you meet all these things, you man, now you step it up and get people. Every minute people got to go in our NHC. The board ain't meet it. Carl Brown, I'm telling other people, they're only meeting once a month.
So is the
right?
approval...
And they have a lot of backlog of applications. So you know what they're telling you? By next year this time, so you want men that come up for review.
So you're asking for them to fast track the applications. Speed up the application process. Is that what you're asking for?
3 times a week you meet Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right? And stop hold up the whole entire country, hold up the whole people that submit their application, waiting on them, and nothing is doing because you with your old doctrine, we're going to meet the 25th of June, and we're going to meet the 25th of July. So how much application you going to deal with?
Sometimes, sadly, that's the reality, but we would hope that's not the case in this case, as you said.
But if Carl Brown could know this, who ain't got no alphabet letters and no paper? Them who got all these degrees and gone even to degrees and degrees, so. And they can come up with them simple little things there to meet obligation, to meet the people who pay you.
Well, from the man in the street, you are reaching out to the persons who are to be listening and getting feedback and, acting accordingly. We are in the closing moments of today's. Thank you very much. Today's presentation of Voices. My name is Socrates. It's been a pleasure. And hopefully, God's willing, I'll be back here on Wednesday to continue the national debate and hear from the public at large what makes them go, right? Between now and then, stay safe, stay peaceful, keep your fingers crossed, pray for an entire Atlantic hurricane incident-free season as the band plays on. Peace. I'm out of here.